You are a fresh watermelon cut into many pieces. I'm very hungry. I know you're very hungry for some entertainment. I'm here to whisper a gentle reminder to you, baby dolls. First world countries have an aging problem. That is the fundamental undertone for all of crypto. You understand? That is the difference between putting $300 versus $30,000. Do you understand? For the average person out here. There's a big difference out here. Because once you know the macro theme and how everything on average will play out, and it always ends with, here's the final answer, money debasement, otherwise known as money printing. You know that's the only thing that it has to play out, or everything goes to zero. Not just crypto, stocks, property, everything. They're not going to let that scenario happen. They can't let that happen. It won't let it happen. Now, when I heard that, by the way, friends, it's interesting. When I used to hear people, macro people say like, it can't happen, it won't happen, I used to say, who the hell are you to tell me that? Because I'm pretty sure sometimes I'm cursed. This was back in the day, friends. We were like, oh, nothing goes my way. How do I know it's never going to happen? And then I realized after a long journey of discovery, I realized what they were talking about. But they don't say it on TV. They don't say it in the public sponsored interviews because they're not allowed to say the words I'm going to say. The richest scum on earth who own all the assets, who got access to the assets because they are close to the money printer. That scum, they got a lot of friends who are also rich, powerful scum. They would get reset minus 99% if the whole economy debt situation resets itself. They lose all their power because everything is leveraged. And if they let it reset, they fall from like top 100 down to bottom 100. They fall all the way down. And what happens is, yes, poor people, middle class, you get a bit crushed, true. But you're going from, say, a net worth of 50,000 down to like 20,000. Who cares? Like, you still got wrecked. But someone with like 400 million going down to like 20,000 also gets wrecked. Because that's what would happen. Because the debt system, that's the only way it can be reset if they didn't print. It was to let the market find a clearing price. And guess what, friends? I always tell you this. All of my shows always tell you there's way too many poor people now. The government's money printing scheme, the fiat system, has been going on for like 70 years now. It's way too long. There's so many poor people. It's like on the brink of some sort of revolution or something. That's why they're doing things like the CBDCs. They're doing this ultra control of the population. That's why they have to do things like emergency airwave manipulation, which is through the media and all these. They really got to control the messaging. That's why if I don't say my certain code words, I will get shadow banned from the YouTubes. Now you see the game. All of this comes back to crypto. It all flows back to crypto. It is a system for the downtrodden of society. But that is the story to get in. Remember I told you, friends, that's the difference between putting $300 and 30,000. All right. Now that I've got you to believe the story, remember it's a fight. It's a pendulum. So as we traverse the story and everything starts working and everything's great, once the weaklings around us start to believe the story, and they'll only believe it when the prices are really up, now you're at a danger zone because it's like a big bubble and the government, they don't need to do much except pop it with a tiny little prick. And all those weekends around us who got in because Jim Cramer's saying $300,000, because Ty Lopez made another coin, or because any of the top signals come out with all the euphoria, they unfortunately are going to feel the wrath on the way down. And surprise, surprise, all those people who are fighting us, you might find, and you will find, they are buying the blood of all those retailers, the poor population, the civilians, okay? Because this is like a powerful key to unlock yourself from the jail cell. And they're getting their dirty hands on it. They know the end game, and so do you. If you play with leverage, you don't get to see the end game. You just get wiped out. You can't bail yourself out. The big guys can though, friends. That's why we know this. We know with the aging population, friends, they're never going to reset. The powerful people are never going to reset their wealth back to zero. They're just going to do another way. Because we know ultimately, baby boomers did not have enough kids to replace themselves. And the GDP now has a lower baseline. We don't talk about this enough in crypto. Only when like interest rate topics come out, you might hear Raoul Pal talk about it. I mean, this is so important to tell you. GDP lower baseline. The debt is higher. It's only one missing piece of the formula that comes next. More money printing. Once again, that is your reason to get long, friends. That doesn't mean stay long forever at all costs. Because unfortunately, the emotional money and the high growth rates means exuberance comes. Irrationality. Monkey JPEGs. There's going to be a new form of monkey JPEGs in the next cycle. There's going to be more top signals. So really we have to be careful because at the end of the day, if we look at a chart, oh golly gee, it looks so great, doesn't it? Right? Oh, look at this chart, but it's like 50 years, man. Like it's just it, because friends, you know how hard it hurts when one monthly red candle, that hurts. So you know how bad it feels in a bear market. That's 12 net red. Bang. It's so vicious, we still haven't recovered 2 years later from when many things topped out. They're still not even going to recover the pain. It's vicious. That's why we really got to be careful. Do we see weak hands around us? Luckily for you, you got a friend like me who's also going to crank some music for you, friends.
You will only create conflict.
We're going to crank it. Always. Remember everything I'm telling you. They're always going to print money. So that means even if you buy the top, just keep getting long. That's what it says. But we got to use it to our advantage because unfortunately, in the stock market land, there's so much scamming going up and down that even when a big bear market is about to start, there's always like a big giant fake out and then it breaks the high. We don't get that luxury in crypto. It's just everybody's buying, everybody's out, which means everybody's selling, okay? That's the unfortunate. It's like two speeds. We're going to deal with two speeds here, okay? So while we can see it, while we can take advantage of it, we have to. We really have to because you don't want to be on the other side of the cope, friends, because you've seen how powerful the narratives are with each cycle, man. Every month, the story is so captivating. I know we're watching on the YouTubers. They're like, oh, did you see what Elizabeth Warren said? She said cryptocurrencies are for laundering. You know, we laugh at that now because the prices are going up. But when the prices are going down, like what happened in 2022, which I'm going to remind you, friends, we go back, we look at the charts. When prices were going down, which is the opposite of up, you remember here, you had Janet Yellen, the penguin lady. She was saying, yes, the stable coins are too ridiculously risky. That's what she was saying. So the penguin lady was telling you that to your face, and you're just watching all the prices go down, and they were saying, they goes, yes, we better regulate all those cryptocurrencies, shouldn't we? And then we find out from your friend here that Roca Negra was using a private trust to buy Bitcoin back in 2022 during this FUD. During the FUD, they were buying Bitcoin. Why? Not only did they know the future, they control the future. That's why if you're playing the business of buy high, sell low, try to play this 6 month, 3 month swing, 1 month, 1 day, you're playing into hands of people who control the future stories. That's why I'm telling you. But there's one story they can't control. Okay, well, actually, they can control. You know how they're going to control it. It's a long-term GDP baseline being poopy, like I told you. This aging population. People are having less kids. They've got to print money. Baby boomers did not have enough kids to replace them. They didn't. They have to print more money no matter what. The debt is too big. Someone's going to get wrecked. Who's going to get wrecked? The bondholders. That's why I'm telling you. I'm not a financial advisor. Go speak to one. Go buy bonds. See how that works out for the next 10 years. Okay? Wink, wink. Maybe there's a chart out here in the past 100 years, which I may or may not have shown you 30,000 times, which shows you during World War II, they had World War II bonds called war bonds, and you lost 50% of your purchasing power over that 10-year period because inflation ran really, really hot, but they were spoofing the figures and no one knew what was going on. I can't figure it out. I'm not a financial advisor. Go speak to one, okay? Some people out there like losing. Now, when it comes to these fans, during the FUD and the stories, they're so captivating, man. They're so captivating. What are you going to do? You know printing's a solution. You know you're in here for crypto. We still got to play the game better. Because unfortunately, we have an Achilles heel. You know, Achilles heel is your weak point. They know. They know to stop us, they have to cap Bitcoin. And now they're going to have an Ethereum ETF. Once they have that, now they have 2 ways to cap us. We're running out of time. Luckily for you, I've made a masterclass. 2024 bull market hopefully goes into 2025. I hope I'm wrong and we go way above any price expectation. I really hope. Just got to be warned, okay? Please, 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 please. You take the risk before it looks good. You take the risk in the altcoins that don't look good. That you think are Ponzi's, things are scams. Is this sector ever going to recover? I don't know what's going on. Those are the things that are going to reward people who took the risk, not people who buy Bitcoin at $44,000 and $64,000 who then believe Maximum Kaiser when he says, I've just got told that 5 other countries are going to join El Salvador. That is top signal. Warning, warning, warning. Okay? By the way, if you waited, instead of joining me to buy more crypto when the zombie virus happened, instead of buying Bitcoin in the bear market, if you waited for El Salvador to announce they are adopting it, the price you would have bought when El Salvador purchased is $41,000. Okay? I was buying Bitcoin at $3,200. No narrative, no belief, Ponzi, scam, no use case. Look at that huge difference. Now, that difference between the scam zone and the exit zone, that's condensing as well. So, unfortunately for Bitcoin, yeah, it might be the difference between 15,000, maybe the next one's going to be 80. Maybe. We don't know, friends. We don't know. I hope it's 120. I hope that $15,000 buy for the bottom of Bitcoin, I hope it gives it 10x. That'll be 115K. That'll be good. Because 115K Bitcoin, 11K Ethereum, that's above 1 trillion. That's trillions of dollars sloshing in through. That'll be more altcoins getting $1 trillion. That is juicy for all of us. I hope that happens. But we know what phase we're in. Then they fight you. What side are you going to be on, friends? I know what side I'm on. I'm on the side that no one believes in because I know it doesn't take much to get things going the other way. Make sure you like, subscribe, bell button on. Don't forget, he loves you. Catch you soon.